Star Wars Outlaws is not ready to give up, which is stupid because we have already given up on it.
As you guys are already aware, Star Wars Outlaws is one of the biggest failures to come out from Ubisoft in recent time, only to be outshined by Skull and Bones, and they probably would have been outshined by Assassin's Creed Shadows as well.
Hey, listen, Hypnotic, please. It's gonna be outshined by Assassin's Creed Skull and Shadows, because that's gonna kill what's left of this shit company.
But unfortunately, they had to delay that game because, let's admit, they can't take multiple L's in the same year. It's getting ridiculous at this point for their investors, and they can only come up with so many lies on the investors call. Every single time they got to make that phone call, be like, hey, man, I know we said we were going to do well because of pre-orders, but we kind of messed up again. You know, they can only do that so many times. Well, apparently, Star Wars Outlaws is about to come out on Steam, okay? It's about to come out on Steam, and I don't think this...
Wait, isn't it out on Steam? I thought I saw a Twitter post with Star Wars Outlaws Steam DB. Let's go. Let's check. Star Wars Outlaws price history. Oh my god, there's a whopping 1,000 players currently playing Star. It is out on Steam. Boys, listen. Okay, I'm gonna show you the screen, okay? It's official. Star Wars Outlaws has survived. Look at this. Oh yeah, that's right. Look at these beautiful reviews. 70% positive. 1,000 players already. It's just a small indie game. Holy, and it's probably gonna go up because, you know, it's stuff and things. When did it actually get released on Steam? Today. Yes, today. Release date. Oh wait, no, it was on the 21st November. Oof. Oh my, yeah, it seems that's the oof. Okay, no, wait, this is fine, boys. Relax. Star Wars Outlaws got this. Tomorrow is Sunday or Saturday, one of those days, and it's gonna be the greatest day Star Wars Outlaws has ever seen, because it's gonna be the greatest, we all know it. Billions and millions of people are gonna rush in to play the Steam version of the game. It's happening. And the best part, Ubisoft is gonna take home a whopping 30% of every sale that they make to Star Wars Outlaws on Steam. I'm sure that's gonna save them. I am 100% sure it's gonna be beautiful. Don't worry about it. And if you're wondering what the hell am I watching on my tabs, yes, I am watching When Bionicle Ruled the World, because Bionicles are cool. Shut the fuck up, okay? It is what it is.
This game is going to do very well considering where it currently stands right now in the list of most wishlisted, where it's barely in the top 250 on Steam's upcoming wish list.
You lose! Good day, sir!
I'm honestly surprised they even sold 1,000 copies. Well, 1,000 people are playing this. God damn you, chuds. Ruining all the cool games. What didn't you like about Star Wars Outlaws? The female lead? The autism? Oh, how dare you. Chuds ruin everything.
Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars Outlaws is a terrible game for a multitude of reasons, okay? It's not just DEI woke this or anything like that. I try to make that very clear whenever I talk about these video games, because I genuinely do try to be objective. As much as people hate certain games, and especially certain developers and companies, I understand that totally, but I try to look at different games from an objective point of view, regardless of what's actually in it. I like to look at the whole picture. And then when you put the whole picture together, guess what happens with Star Wars Outlaws? It's still crap.
Yeah, you just find out it's just shit.
So let's get into this article, guys, from Fandom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button.
Do it now! Do it!
To push us out into that YouTube algorithm. Now, again, when it comes to Star Wars Outlaws and the Adventures of Kay Vess, I think it's pretty obvious that this game...
By the way, the most beautiful, powerful, perfect Star Wars character ever created, okay? Ocean May don't stand even close to the greatness of Kay Vess.
From a multitude of problems. I know it just recently had a patch. if I'm not mistaken, and the patch changed so many things in the game. It's almost as if what did you even release this game for? This game clearly wasn't in the
Yeah, there was some kind of patch. It happened like yesterday or something that changed a lot of things. But the reality is, you can't change enough to make this garbage good.
operating state that it was supposed to be in.
Again, it's the same deal as with Dragon Age Railguard, Starfield, and soon to be Indiana Jones, and soon to be Assassin's Creed Shadows. You cannot change enough to make it good at this point. You are off better just making a new game.
And upon release, because you just released this patch, which is like your 5th patch now, and this one changes the game and adds so many features that seems like should have been in the game in the first place. But again, this is Ubisoft we're talking about. Day one for them means that the game is barely viable, and they're going to put it out there and hope that they get some money back while they try to fix the game over the next.
Again, I talk about this. When a company like, for example, Bethesda, Ubisoft, BioWare, come crawling back to Steam, it's not because they want to make money. Because again, from this thing, Star Wars Outlaws, Ubisoft is at best taking home 30% of every sale. At fucking best. Steam takes its cut, the licensing for Star Wars and all of that stuff happens. So they are not taking home anything substantial. This is just their desperate attempt to try and pretend that the game has sold copies. This is just pure desperation to try and show other people that it has sold copies. It's just a thing that they can lie to investors about.
Year or so. It's stupid. Upcoming Ubisoft Star Wars Outlaws is just barely inside the top 250 of the most wishlisted upcoming Steam's games. Star Wars Outlaws currently sits in position 249th on the upcoming Steam games list for wishlisted, and the game only has 6,700.
Dude, so you're telling me it's below I Am Jesus Christ?
89 followers just one day before it goes on sale on Steam. The positioning likely means that the game will have a soft launch on Steam, much like it did when it released outside of Steam back at the end of August. If you recall, Ubisoft admitted that the game underperformed sales expectations in the first half of 2024 and 25 earnings figures report. Well, again, any time that they say underperformed sales expectations, I want you.
Yeah, that's because Ubisoft could not find the gamers. They lost the gamers. They don't know where they are. They're looking left. They're looking right. They're putting a finger up their bum. And my God, no matter what they do, well, they put another finger up there and a third, and then it's the fist. But they still can't find any gamers. It's a travesty. Someone called the FBI because the gamers did nowhere to be found.
You guys to understand what that genuinely means. And I know most of you do, because let's be honest, it's not hard to figure out. Underperformed sales expectations means that the game absolutely bombed. It bombed completely. The bullshit that they were selling their investors didn't pan out. The false stories that they were selling their investors didn't pan out. All of it didn't pan out, and it completely and utterly flopped, especially since the budget for this game is astronomical. It's ridiculous. You know that to be.
Yeah, 400 mil minimum. Star Wars Outlaws has had one of the biggest advertisement campaigns Ubisoft has ever done. It's easily going to cost upwards of 400 million at this point. Yeah. And they're not making back any of that.
To be true, because not only is it a Ubisoft open world game, which costs a lot of money, but it's also a Star Wars IP game, which costs a lot of money. You're not going to be able to make a Star Wars game for cheap, so that unfortunately cost them quite a bit of money. Furthermore, it appears to contradict comments made by Ubisoft CEO Yves Guillemot when he was questioned by an investor from BMO. Wow, I messed that up. During the company's most recent earnings call.
BMO? What the fuck? Body mass index? The hell is BMO?
Conference call. He was asked on Star Wars Outlaws, obviously off to a slower start than you guys wanted. Can you provide a little color into the sales curve there more recently? Have you guys started to see things pick up? Can you talk about any discounting you might be doing or strategies for discounting into the holiday period that would be helpful?
Yeah. Wait. Oh my God. Oh, that is bad. So, The investors are obviously never just gonna say, hey, just sell copies. We don't care about profits, because profits are the actual end goal of all of these sales. It's how much you make the money at the end, not actually how much you sell the product. But investors are literally asking, hey, can you put that shit on discount for the holiday season so we can get some motherfucking sales numbers? That means that they just want to dip out. They just want to dip out in hopes that the stock goes up like by a point or two, and they can just dip out with, at least a little bit less of a loss. Oh my god, this is so bad. This is so bad.
Now, one thing I will say is that you guys seriously need to stop this whole exclusivity on PC. It's fucking garbage, right? Like, PC gamers hate that shit. PC gamers are going to be 99, 98% on Steam. You are
Yep. Again, that's one of the dumbest things when some woke idiot tells you, "Oh no, Dragon Age Valkyrie actually did so well because, well, the majority of players are obviously not playing on Steam. They're playing on PlayStation, on Xbox." No. Those two platforms combined maybe at best account for 10% of the player base. Okay? There are very, very few games, and I can't even think of an exception off the top of my head, but Xbox or PlayStation would be the primary way to play a game or anything. I can't even think of it.
absolutely retarded in every way imaginable if you decide to make this game exclusive to either Epic Games or Origin, or in this case Ubisoft Store. It is dumb, okay? I understand you're trying to push your own subscription, but you are sacrificing your product guaranteed if you try to put it on anything else other than Steam. You're insane. And this is why whenever they do this, I laugh, because even if the game is good, I guarantee it's going to be a financial flop until they put it on Steam. It doesn't matter if the game is good. Most people are just not like that. PC gamers are diehard Steam users. They've been that way.
Yep. And you know what's the best part? These companies don't want to admit how important Steam is. They just don't. Again, remember when Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard? 80 mil. Then they bought Bethesda. Like 7 fucking mil or some shit. And then they came to Steam and they told Gabe, "Hey Gabe, nice platform you have here. How about we give you like..." how much did they offer? They didn't even offer 10 mil. I think it was like something, I can't remember, but it was like 4 to 8 billion. No, yeah, billion. All of the numbers I'm calling are billion, not million if I misspoke. But yeah, they literally came up to Gabe and fucking said, "Yeah, we're gonna offer you like 4 billion for Steam," the literal heart and soul of the PC gamer base. Yeah. Bruh, Steam is more worth more than goddamn shitty Blizzard. And you can't even offer as much as you would to offer for Bethesda. Man, these people really don't want to admit how powerful Steam is. Also, the fact that Steam is literally making $1 billion in profit a year, or 2 billion, or 3 billion, and you come up to them and say, hey, Gabe, we're gonna offer you something that you can make in 2 years of doing literally nothing. And then you're gonna lose money because you no longer own it. That is insane. That is insane.
Way for fucking decades. I've been on Steam for over 20 years now, or almost over 20 years now. I know I'm at 20 years, but I'm about to be 21 years. I don't understand why people think that putting this game on...
Oh shit, Hypno's jailbait, boys. What? Ooh, oh my. Hypno the jailbait. I never suspected that. I thought he's like a 30-ish year, Latinx. Oh wow. Shit. Well, jailbait Hypno. Well, who would have expected?
Anything other than Steam is going to make them profitable. It's not. You guys are insane. So you need to start putting your games on Steam and stop, restricting yourselves to your own stores that nobody uses. Then anyway, he was asked on Outlaws, what we can say is that the 3 title updates that we've delivered at the same time, we've been observing substantial positive community sentiment.
By the way, also, how patronizing is the idea that these companies don't want to admit that Steam is amazing? It's the fact that all of them try to become Steam. They all try to be a sales platform like Steam. Steam is shit, but at the same time, we all want to be Steam for some reason. Interesting.
Improvement. No, they haven't. No, they haven't at all. This is the bullshit. You see what I'm saying? They try to spin stuff to try to make it seem like things are better than they actually are. If you genuinely believe that the community sentiment around Star Wars Outlaws is positive, you are either misinformed or you're lying. It's one of the two. And it's happening. Both of them is happening.
How about the third alternative? Severe brain trauma.
Right now, right? The investor is being misinformed, and the person who's speaking this, right, Yves Guillemot, he's lying. There's no way that this game has positive community sentiment. To even say that it's on the rise is ridiculous. Whoever's going to play this game has already played this game. Most people who aren't going to play this game aren't going to play this game. They're checked out. Nobody's going to check this game.
Dude, Star Wars Theory couldn't even finish this game. And he is going to give everything Star Wars a shot. He tried like 4 times or 5 to finish Star Wars Outlaws. He just gave up. It was so bad and boring.
Out more than, they already have. Very few people are going to buy this game on Steam. I got to imagine it's probably going to have maybe a couple of thousand at best. Then it says the biggest update is still to come by November 21st, which, again, this is the one that's coming soon that I was talking about. And it will come on the same day as the first big story pack and the launch for Steam. So we are putting ourselves in a position to have a must-play game that should address a mainstream audience for the busy season. Also to be a long-term seller. Wow, this is actually interesting. So this is funny. So, number one, mainstream audiences. When did we start being called the mainstream audience? What happened to the modern audience? Did you guys give up on the modern audience?
Yeah, aren't we supposed to be bigots, Nazis, and all the other words that have no meaning nowadays except boosting my ego?
So did they give up on you first? That's amazing. I haven't seen anybody say the mainstream audience in a long time. That's actually pretty fucking hilarious. Number one. Number two, they have all this stuff that they're getting ready for the Steam release. A story pack, updates, patches, and they're launching on Steam. So again, I don't see how this is going to be something that's going to help them in the long term. Sure, it might give them a few boost in sales, maybe 10, 20,000 sales overall, maybe even 30,000 if you really want to.
He's actually right. That is the best part. He's actually probably calling a reasonably expectable number. And the fact that for a AAA game with a Star Wars license, 30k sales is actually pretty noticeable and big for their all in all number. That's insane.
To push it, but I just don't see how this is going to make you back your $250+ million budget. I just don't see it. He continued to have great quality, and the team wanted to make sure that we will remove a few frictions and then implement some gameplay mechanics that will certainly delight the players. Guillemot did go on to indicate that there will be a promotion for the game through the Christmas season. Yes, we'll be planning some promotional support throughout the busy season. Now, this is why I said that games like Dragon Age: The Veilguard will get a good amount of sales during the holiday season, because let's be real, you put the game on sale, you promote it like crazy, it's the holiday season, people buying up games for their kids and whatnot, chances are you're going to pick up some sales. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
Some, yeah, but not a lot
at this point. So what they're doing is not necessarily a bad strategy. I just think they're overestimating what's actually.
It's not a bad strategy, but it overall conveys the message of we're fucked.
Going to happen from said strategy, right? They're trying to oversell it because they don't want the investors to panic. They don't want the investor to say, gee, something's actually genuinely wrong here. Let me pull out while I still can. They're trying to hold on to those investors as long as they possibly can. So anyway, guys, thank you.
Yeah, and the investors are trying to find ways to jump ship. Anyway, that was Hypnotic. 10 out of 10. Bye.